What's up, man? How you doing? Play this for a little bit, and I'll probably, switch games. How you doing? I can't open the cash shop because I turned the overlay off because it was messing with Special K injection. Let's see if I can do this outside the game. Give me a moment here. I legit can't play this game without the mod. I can't play it. It's so choppy. It's really weird. The game has like forced VSync that my computer doesn't like. So if I turn it on, if I don't have that mod on, I legit can't play this game. It does not work. It's pretty hilarious. Hold on, let me make sure these things have the same stuff in them. I think the one in the game has more. Oh no, it's the same, I think. Yeah, alright. That was also another reason why I didn't play this game, because it was so choppy. Slideshow. Even though it said like 90 FPS, the frame pacing was all off. Alright. I think I bought it.
Good to see ya.
How do I, access the shit I just bought? Pretty sure I just bought it, did I? Where do I get my item? I don't know where the Visiphone is. Okay. Where's my item I just bought? Because it was $10. I'm willing to put that. I'd actually never really, I never really cashed much on PSO2. Alright, where do I find this? I don't know where to find my shit. Oh, here it is. Get a bunch of VTubers. VTuber, stickers. No thanks. I'll pass. Alright, I totally did not receive what I just bought. What the hell? Where's my package? This feels like they tell you your package is on the way. Alright, there it is. Okay. I'm like, crisis averted. Where's my shit I paid for? No, I don't want stuff from VTubers. I'll pass. Thanks, but no thanks. Not interested. I mean, at least this game makes sense to, pay VTubers to play it. This game is very Japanese. I think it fits. They paid people to play, VTubers to play PGR, and then, like, it's just a bad game to try to, sponsor people for, because you can't play it for very long. And they did that back in the Nier collaboration. There's, like, even less to do. It's like, what? That game is not sponsor friendly. I think this game is
What is it you need?
better to try to do that with. So this game doesn't have any kind of limit on how much you can play, so. But yeah, that was really weird. They picked a really bad time to do that. Like, okay, I get that it's Nier and it's popular, but PGR just, like, doesn't really fit. You can play that game at most, like, maybe an hour. But that's, even that is, even that's pushing it. It's more like, I generally, at the end game, I spend, like, maybe 15-20 minutes on that game. Which isn't a bad thing. It's nice that you can be done with it. You don't have to play for 15 hours a day to be competitive. It's nice, but paying someone to play it, I don't know. The game just feels kind of sponsorship proof. I guess they're paying people to play it because they have actual content in this game now.
Come again.
Thanks for stopping by. Good luck.
Hello, how are you? It's, DGen hours for me right now. Ass o'clock. Well, not quite ass o'clock, it's not even midnight yet. I'm on relatively early today, but... yeah. Giving this game a good old college try. Hated it when it came out, but it's mostly better now. Yeah, sorry if you were expecting some like adult-only rated game, but no, this is the forbidden game. I'm not playing like a porn game right now or anything. Sorry to get your hopes up.
All right, time to get buff.
I don't really stream on Twitch anymore. Occasionally, if I'm doing like
Come back anytime you want to get stronger.
speedrun stuff, like 1 credit clear attempts or something, I will. But thing about content creation, when you get some semblance of success, it's better to just stick to that platform. I'm trying to do
Good to
both.
see ya.
I know Twitch doesn't seem all that hot right now anyway. Seems like that site just gets worse. I'm kind of glad I'm not popular on there, but I tried. I tried on there for many years, and I just wasn't getting anywhere. I'm partnered on here. I have transcodes. Those are really important things to have. Legit sucks streaming on Twitch when you're a small streamer, because if you have the computer power and the internet to stream at a high bitrate, people that don't have good internet or they're on like 5G or something, they can't watch your stream. They can't watch it. It's unwatchable because they can't change the quality. It's really hard to get transcodes as an affiliate on Twitch. And I stream at like 5500 bitrate, 1080p, 60 FPS. Like, I stream the highest quality I can do. And I would get people say that they can't watch. You know, and I don't have that problem on here. People can watch it.
This place is under our
Relatives in the house or roommates or
This is the
whatever
canyon.
downloading like movies or something.
Since ancient times,
You can watch my stream at 240p, 30 FPS. There's nothing stopping you from doing that.
seems they're intent on interrupting us. I'm sorry, but I ask that you
On
help
Twitch,
me
I don't have that
with
luxury.
tests first.
Trial start.
Plus, the ads on Twitch are a fucking nightmare.
Success.
They make it really hard for small streamers to really get noticed because of the pre-roll ads.
Trial start.
Ads are kind of killing small streams on there. It's either you do the ad block, which Twitch keeps, they keep changing the way that their system works so you can't block the ads that way. You subscribe to somebody, which most people are already subscribed to their favorite streamers to block ads. So, no one's gonna do that for a stream of my size. I think that's the worst thing Twitch has done, is they've really doubled down on forcing you to watch those ads, and they're constant. And for like a smaller stream, the problem is, well, you don't want to sit through an ad to try a new stream, like, you know, hey,
Trial
this
start.
person plays games I enjoy, or they seem nice, they have a nice community, but then you gotta sit through a bunch of ads to even look at their channel. People aren't gonna do that. They're gonna stick to their favorites. It sucks. I'm just glad I'm in a position where I am partnered on here. I have transcodes and things that a lot harder to get on Twitch. Sometimes I stream on there. I feel like it. I don't really have any subs on there either. I have like 2 IRL friends that sub to me. So like once a year I get like $50 from Twitch. I don't have any kind of financial attachment to that site. They're like they're doing a lot of really shit things on Twitch. Lowering revenue. there's definitely some people on Twitch that
Success.
they get the right RNG and they can, you know, they can get partnered, they can still get noticed and break through the 0 to 3 viewer barrier, which is like the hardest part of streaming. And they can be successful, but there's just a lot against you. There already was, just how easy it is to stream now. You can literally do it from a console, like don't even need a computer. Just like anything else, you get a lot of good things from lowering a barrier of entry. That it's not just the elite that have a lot of money that can create things, but it also means it's a lot harder to get noticed. The only reason my channel has any subs at all is because this channel is as old as the site itself, give or take a year or so. This channel is ancient. It'd be like impossible for a channel like mine to get partnered if I started like this year. Especially with how this site is going to all the clickbait and just...
Success.
The site does not reward being honest or actually being passionate about something. It's all just about latching on to whatever the popular trend is, like a parasite. The only reason I have anybody watching at all is because I've been doing this for so long. And I broke through that no viewership barrier like ages ago. And now it's a lot harder to do that. That's the challenge you face if you try to break into streaming on Twitch now. There's so much stuff against you, and have like no control over any of it. The ads, especially. Ads are what kills anybody even wanting to look at your channel. I think when Adblock worked, Adblock still worked. maybe he had a little bit more of a chance, but what I understand the Adblock situation on Twitch is like cat and mouse game. There's like one that works, and then Twitch changes their system so you can't block the ads anymore. And then you go find another one. Like, nah, man, I just paid $10 a month for Twitch Turbo. I did that for a while. I'm like, this is legit exhausting. It's legit exhausting to do that. Find a different ad blocker that works, like, every 2 weeks. Like, I could just, like, not eat out for one day and afford that.
For a defensive operation against a large number of dogs appearing in the Retem region. All ARX defenders, please prepare for deployment. Emergency announcement. We are preparing for a defensive operation against a large number of dogs appearing in the Retem region. All ARX defenders, please prepare for deployment.
why I also tell people, go ahead and block ads. Go ahead and block ads on my channel. I don't care. If you feel bad about it, just donate like $1 a year. We're even. I'm very, very hands-off about that. I know some people get really anal about it, and I don't care. I totally get it. Ads are the most annoying they've ever been. Basically what's happened is the internet's realized that advertising to keep things afloat basically doesn't work anymore. It has to be a loud, annoying autoplay ad that like completely ignores your volume settings and like screams at you. You know, you're on your phone or your computer at night and there's other people sleeping in the room. And the fucking ad comes up and it's like 5 times the volume of everything else. I totally get it.
Hey there.
I totally do. I don't care at all. Go ahead and block ads.
Alright, time to get buffed. Oh, here we go! Higher and higher! Oh, here we go! Higher and higher! It's stronger!
I will say one thing about this game. They made doing this so much better. This used to feel like you needed a PhD to do this.
Oh, here we go! Higher and higher! Come back anytime you want to get
Definitely did
stronger.
improve some things in this game. I think they just realized the old game was just so ancient. I mean, it almost predates gacha games. I mean, the earliest gacha games, I guess, were around at the time, but it lasted about 10 years. I think most games can't even say that anymore. We've had quite a few gachas shut down. in like less than a year. So definitely amounts to something. Tales of Crestoria didn't even make it a... Not Crestoria, but Luminaria. The game didn't even make it a year. It's fucking talking about that game, like, you go watch the stuff they put out for that, like, oh, we're gonna support this game for years, and like, bullshit you are. That worked out really well, didn't it? It made it like 8 months. Crestoria made it to like the year anniversary, and then it went to maintenance mode. Which, you play any service game like this, if it goes into maintenance mode for that long, that's a good time to stop playing. Maintenance mode is not a good thing. It's one thing for the game to like not update for a while, but like not even teasing anything. You know, the game's dead. That's kind of why I stopped playing Pinnacle of Combat. At least I stopped spending money on that game. Like, okay, you guys haven't even updated the loot boxes in like months. Like, why should I keep playing this? I mean, if you're not putting more microtransactions in the game, then clearly it's failing. That's the whole point of those games. to try to get money out of you. Like, you're not even updating that. Like, what possible faith can I have in your product at that point? That's a shame, man. I really enjoyed that game. I don't know what the hell happened. I think the gacha in the game was really bad. They had, like, no pity for the longest time. No pity at all in that game. You could legit spend hundreds and get nothing. Somehow they thought that that was okay. Like, yeah, the whales won't care, but you gotta appease the little guy. Yes, whales are a big chunk of why games like this can survive for so long, but it's also, like, not really good to completely depend on them, because if they stop playing, then a big chunk of your revenue is gone. I hope they can turn Pinnacle of Combat around, but I really think that game is just dead. Something's wrong. They, like, removed a lot of the microtransactions, too. Apparently, other gacha game news related to stuff I used to play. KOF All-Star Netmarble making another KOF game, but apparently it's NFT funded. So I wonder what that means. Are they gonna, like, service both games, or are they gonna try try to sabotage All-Star so that they can get people on. I wonder what they're gonna do. How's gaming been treating you? Haven't seen you here in a while. You busy? Bro. What are you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a while either. You been busy?
Attention all ARC defenders. We are beginning a defensive operation against a large number of dolls appearing in the test region. We request the participation of all ARC defenders.
Okay, tell me your opinion on Solstice. Because I applied for a key for that game and it got rejected. Yes, they haven't responded, so content creator world, that pretty much means they don't want you. Saw some gameplay of it, it looked alright. Not really willing to spend $40 on something I might not like. Might wait till it's sale, wait, or something. Yeah, go ahead and give me your opinion. I trust you. What's wrong with it? What exactly is wrong with it? Just jank. I noticed the level design was pretty bad. A lot of time, like, not really doing anything. Yeah, that game seems like something I would play when I have, like, absolutely nothing to play. Like a complete, just, like, dry month. Like, backlog cleared. No big games to play. Only, like, playing stuff like this, which is service game. Then, like, maybe I would play that, but... I don't know, it's legit hard to make a character action game. I feel like people think that they're easy to make. I mean, every game is hard to make to a degree. But games like that, they're simple on the surface, right? You go into rooms and you kill stuff. But there's like so much more that goes into it. You could say the same for first-person shooters as well. I mean, there's lots of terrible first-person shooters out there, even though it's literally just... you're a guy with a gun, and you click on heads, you know. Like, it's really easy to fuck that up, too. You have a lot of hit scanner enemies and stuff. Those games can become trash really fast, too. It's just first-person shooters, I think, are a lot harder to fuck up. But there definitely are still people who do put, like, a lot of hit scanner enemies in the game and stuff. Same goes for beat-em-ups, platformers. There's lots of shit platformers now.
Trial start.
And it's usually like simple stuff, like the character feels like shit to control. It's like, well, it's a platformer, all there is control, right? There's like not really anything else to the game. The most important thing is to make it feel like you're in full control. But a lot of games still fuck that up. And that's why they're like not really widely remembered. And I think people with like FPS games, beat-em-ups, character action games, they seem to think that it's so easy to make them. Like, it's not. There's a reason why there's only a couple like really good ones. There's a couple like great character action games. Levels are full of padding. Yeah, I was watching Mike Scarton play that game, and that was the impression I got. Was they were like, they have like 4 hours of content.
PSE climax.
They're trying to drag it out to 8, so just lots of puzzles and stuff. Going through empty hallways. It's like, there's no reason for it to be there. The problem with that kind of design is it's tolerable the first time. I mean, DMC3 is like full of puzzles, right? It's tolerable the first time because you have like the new game sensation of it. And you know, that DMC3 also has a really good story, so even if you only have like a surface level appreciation for the genre, the story, the graphics, the music, all keep you going. The problem with that kind of design is it makes the game suck to play once. The whole thing about character action games is they're supposed to be replayable. You're supposed to keep playing. You're supposed to keep playing, there's supposed to be things to unlock. You're supposed to want to better yourself as a player. And when you put all that padding and shit in there, I feel like that just ruins it. There's definitely a lot of games I've stopped playing after the first playthrough, even though I didn't find them terrible at all. It's just there's so much padding, and like I just want to like actually play the game. I don't need all that stuff. I'm sure it helps when, you know, you're trying to get those day one reviews, get that Metacritic score up, because clickbait YouTube channels and game journalists love shit in action games that's not just the gameplay. But it sucks for the people that actually buy your game and believe in it, and want to like at least get to the end and finish it. It legit sucks. It does. That stuff is, even some of the worst padding is tolerable the first time, because at least, like, the game is a new experience at that point. Provided you didn't spoil yourself or something, but you still have something new to explore. The game is not completely solved, at least not for you, at least. That's why DMC5 was great. Because they realized that the puzzles and stuff, they're fine the first time. DMC puzzles aren't really bad. They're pretty good puzzles. It's just when you're playing the campaign for the 15th time, like, what purpose do they serve at that point? You've already solved them, whether you did it legit or watched a guide or something. You've already solved them like 10 times. What are they doing to you at that point? They're preventing you from playing the game. That's what they're doing. They're not even a break from the action in the good way. They're like, all you want at that point is the action. Because you've already beaten the game, you've seen the cutscenes, you've solved the puzzles. The only reason you're playing is for the combat. There's nothing else really left to discover. That's a common thing a lot of action games really screw up, the modern ones. That's why I think Assault Spy and DMC5 are like the best character action games to come out in ages. Because on the surface level the gameplay is good, right? But those games don't go out of their way to waste your time. That's the core difference. Assault Spy is laser focused. There's like one stealth section in that game and that's it. The rest is just, we just want you to play the game. I'm not gonna waste your time. Like, look, here's the game, here's fun gameplay, we're just gonna let you play it. That's why I've beaten both of those games so many times.
Target eliminated. Good work.
saw the final boss of Solstice was like, it's like a 20-minute boss fight, something crazy like that.
Success.
That's nuts. It's like a legit, like, 20-minute boss fight. That's like Monster Hunter levels of overstaying its welcome. It's just... in a character action game, you don't have all the RPG and gear mechanics to, like, circumvent that. Kill things faster, not just with your skill, but your gear, your build and stuff. Somebody I subscribed to was playing that game. Final boss, no damage. It's like a 15-minute video. Like, what the hell, man? That's way too long. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Thanks for saving me $40. I could buy that game right now, but I'm not going to. Probably on Jacobite patches or something. I'll play it in like a couple months or something, maybe, when it's like $15. They've done a ton of balance and polish patches or something. Sounds like it would just really aggravate me, and I'm making a better effort to not play stuff that just straight pisses me off all the time. It was unhealthy for me to do that. Notice I haven't really been getting pissed off on streams anymore. Most of the time. I mean, everybody gets pissed off playing a game sometimes, but I'm trying to control it. Yeah, it seems like that game would really aggravate me. Probably have some pockets of fun, but too interspersed with getting pissed off. I don't need to pay $40 for that kind of experience. Levels can take 15 to 30 minutes to clear. What? That's nuts. Didn't even have anything interesting going on that whole time? That's like a long time for a character action game. And they're already like mentally exhausting games for playing. In a good one at least, you're in full control like the whole time. It's exhausting. 15 minutes of that kind of game would be too much for some people.
Not good.
Salt Spy is $20. You're being a little too kind on Ultra Age, though. That game had 0 replay value when it came out. It doesn't even have a New Game Plus. Now that it's got the roguelike mode, and the roguelike mode is free, I definitely would recommend that game. Just because it's a character action game that they just kind of tacked on roguelike modes on. It's already going to be better than most action roguelikes, right? Action roguelikes right now are basically just Vampire Survivors. There's like dozens of them. They're all the same game. Like having a roguelike mode that's obviously not as in-depth as, you know, something that was designed to be a roguelike from the start, like Isaac or Dead Cells or something. It's still good, especially right now. Action roguelikes are becoming like one of my favorite genres, but that shit is dire right now, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I go on the directory on Steam for action roguelikes, there's like 3 Vampire Survivors quoted on the page. It's like a ridiculous amount of them. Like, how can these games be any different from each other? You've already like distilled the gameplay to the bare minimum as much as possible. I guess it's easier to make a good game when you kind of have it like that. Barely any control over anything. Because Vampire Survivors was kind of those lightning in a bottle, randomly popular games. Now everybody wants to make that. It's the same thing with Isaac. The first version of Isaac came out. There are like so many like roguelikes coming out. Like most of them aren't that great. Like at the time it was like, yeah, you should just keep playing Isaac. There was definitely some good stuff coming out every now and then, but for the most part, they paled in comparison to Isaac. Yeah, I haven't seen anything on that game yet. Probably not something I would like. I legit get depressed looking at the actual roguelike category now because it's just all Vampire Survivors clones. Like, I'm sure some of these are better than Vampire Survivors, but they're also like 5 times the price. It's like the same, like, you know, not really much gameplay. I'm sure the fad will die down soon. They'll start making other kinds of roguelikes again, but... Same thing with Battle Royales when PUBG got popular. Remember, PUBG got popular, and then there were like suddenly there were like 1 million Battle Royales. There were like 1 million Battle Royales, and like most of them died within like the first 3 months. That's all anybody wanted to make. That was a pretty interesting time too. It was like PUBG wasn't even really a great game from what I understand. It just kind of randomly got popular. The optimization was poor. They didn't have enough consoles. But then, like, just because that game was randomly successful, not entirely deserving it. Now there's like 1 million.
PSE burst. Success.
That fad has kind of died down a bit less. Star Ocean is surprisingly decent.
PSE Climax.
It probably will do well, but there's going to be a Tales of Arise scenario. Like, I mean, if you like Tales of Arise, you can't say it's like really that good of a JRPG. It gets a pass because there's not many JRPGs anymore. When there's a drought of a type of game for a long time, and then one comes out, people will give it a pass and buy it and play it anyway. They'll say it's better than it actually is because there isn't anything else to play like that. The problem with Star Ocean compared to Tales is that Star Ocean really hasn't been good since the game is almost 20 years old at this point. So. Brand is not really fresh. But I feel like they're not really worried about that. I think they're trying to get new people interested instead of the boomers, JRPG boomers like me that play Tales and Star Ocean and stuff. They're new. Like how Arise got JRPG of the year. Like, how many were there? Like, even if Arise was way better than it was, like, isn't that kind of like a free reward? Free award? Like, barely any of those. Shit, if I was on the development team for that game, I would be pissed getting that reward. That award, because it's like there wasn't really any competition. It's not like they were going up against, like, a Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest or anything. Like, no, there wasn't anything else. I think there was like a Trails game, and like, that's it.
Trial start.
Random. JRPG of the year, like, how many were there? Platformer of the year, like FPS of the year. That would be more prestigious. Still haven't played Scarlet Nexus yet. I'm gonna have to wait till the year.
PSE first. Success.
Yeah, I heard that game was terrible. Vito in my Discord was the import of that game, and he showed me, dude, this looks awful. This looks awful.
Climax.
I think Star Ocean's just gonna have to really carry itself on new fans, which is kind of what Tales of Arise did. Tales series has terrible preservation, so people don't have anything else to compare it to. So why would you not have recency bias? Can't say that about Final Fantasy or Ys. Like, you have no excuse. You say, like, the latest one is the best one, and you give a reason why you haven't played the other ones, because you can buy those games for play them all over the first. Tales, you can't do that. The problem is that it's already well known that Star Ocean hasn't been good since 3, so they have that to deal with.
Eradication of dolls in accordance with Defense Directive confirmed. Thank you for your...
Although, on the other hand, Tales of Zestiria was awful. Tales of Xillia 2 is carried pretty much completely by its combat. The combat is like the best in the series, but everything else about that game has more in common with an indie asset flip than like an actual sequel. Now, there's been more good Tales games than bad. That's how they've been able to recover. But Star Ocean has legit been shit since 2003. Like, 4 was like a pretty significant downgrade. And then 5 was like not even finished. 5 was like early access, and nobody really played it. Nobody really cared. People forgot about that game really fast. I think Star Ocean 6 being bad would be harder to recover from than something like Tales, because Tales has had its fair share of shit games. But it's like not that long between one that's better. But like, most people will tell you, some people prefer Star Ocean 2 to 3. Some people prefer 3 to the PS1 games. But yeah, it's pretty much the first 3. Mostly just 2 and 3 are like the peak of the series for most people, and the other ones are like such a significant downgrade that they're not really fondly remembered. People don't really go back and play them. I think the ball is in their court. If they can deliver a good game, I think Star Ocean could actually make a comeback. But if they botch this game, I really don't think there's going to be another chance, because they've done 3 of them in a row. It didn't help that at the time that Last Hope came out, it came out around the same time as Vesperia, which is an objectively better game. Vesperia is an objectively better game, even though when we started that generation of games, there were like barely any JRPGs. That was the best one of that era by far. Those couple years, like the early to mid part of the generation, Final Fantasy 13 is like barely a JRPG. It's mostly walking through corridors and watching cutscenes. There's like no exploration, there's no side quests or anything. There were a couple earlier ones too that were like, kind of felt like Enchanted Arms and shit. Felt like they were PS2 games that they were working on, but they just turned them into 360 and PS3 games to be relevant. Yeah, you had You had Tales of Vesperia was like sandwiched between Final Fantasy 13 and then Star Ocean 4. And like Vesperia is objectively the best game out of all those. Even if you don't like action combat, if you prefer turn-based, that was the best JRPG you had access to. It felt like a complete game. The game definitely has its downsides. The story sucks. The story is heavily carried by how awesome the cast of characters are. But the actual overarching plot is bad. But it's still, compared to the stuff that was released around that time, it's still like the best. And that didn't help Star Ocean: The Last Hope because it had to compete with that game, which felt like they actually took the time to try to make an actual JRPG. Final Fantasy 13 was kind of they wanted to make a new engine, and I guess the engine cost so much to make that they barely had anything left to make a game with, which is why they made those two sequels. They made those to make their money back, which is why they came out like a year later, and then they had a lot of recycled assets and stuff. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of retro games myself. I've been playing a lot of retro stuff on my kitty sitting streams on my phone. I enjoy that. I like to play modern games when I'm at home. But when I'm over there, I play retro. A little bit of service games, but mostly retro. I would say Star Ocean was barely relevant to Last Hope. Last Hope got a big pass for just being a JRPG at the beginning of the massive drought. Because we went from like the NES to the SNES, and then the N64 had like no JRPGs at all. The PS1 had like dozens of them. PS2 had dozens as well. And then we went to the PS3 and 360. When we went to HD, they stopped making them pretty much. And the ones that did come out, like I just mentioned, were like barely what you would consider to be JRPGs. Like the most like lax definition of it, I guess. They're missing things that you would expect from a JRPG, like exploration and stuff. I remember the discourse when Final Fantasy 13 came out. I thought it was funny. I'm like, yeah, this doesn't look like a JRPG to me. It looks like a corridor and cutscene game. Which, I mean, on one hand, JRPGs are story-focused, so there's gonna be a lot of cutscenes, but the thing is, they're supposed to be like exploration and side quests and secrets and stuff to find, and that game didn't have any of that at all. I know at the very end you got to that big open area, but you had to play through like hours to get to that point. I'm like, yeah, that's not really a JRPG to me. It feels like it has more in common with a beat 'em up at that point. A beat 'em up with like a super heavy story focus, and then a JRPG. Even like the ones that came out in the 80s had more freedom than that. It's interesting to think about how bad things were if you were a JRPG fan that grew up in at least the 16-bit era, how bad it was. You had suddenly when the games went HD, there was like nothing to play anymore. I heard Blue Dragon was alright. That was like a launch title, wasn't it? guys remember how pissed people were when FF13 came out? I'm like, yeah, I can understand it. You went from Final Fantasy XII, which was basically like a full-fledged MMO, but single-player, to walking through corridors and watching cutscenes. Like, not really much JRPG there, no matter how you slice it. Yeah, legit sucked to be a JRPG fan that era. It's not much better now, honestly. I don't think Arise had a good story. It really jumped the shark at the end. The plot twist. I actually watched all the cutscenes before anyone tries to be a smartass and say I skip all the cutscenes. No, I watched all the cutscenes. I watched that game story in its entirety. It completely dropped the ball at the end. And because I know about how game development actually works, or at least I have a good idea of it, it's very easy to pinpoint when they were working on the game and they got hit hard by COVID. Which is basically like the last 5 hours of the game. It's very apparent, like, this is the point where I'm like, oh shit, how do we make a game of this size from home while our country is getting hammered by COVID, like, worse than most other countries at the time. It's like, oh well, I'm just gonna make a final dungeon with a bunch of bosses palette swapped. And then lore dump you for like hours straight with barely any gameplay. Like, it's a Xenogears situation, or it's like painfully obvious, like, you know, they got told to put the game out, but like right at the tail end of development, they got hit hard by COVID, and they had to start rushing things. You stop getting cutscenes, basically. You stop getting cutscenes, just like straight text for hours. Nah, story jumped the shark and Arise at the end. Got really bad. Really curious if they had that direction for the story, like locked in from the start, or if it was something that they just kind of came up with because they ran out of time to make the game. But the fact that it's shown to you in a way where you just can't even care at that point. You're so exhausted. I would not call it a good story. Maybe before that point it was alright. think the other stupid part of that game was the end, when you get to that town at the end, and there's all those people there that liked the lords that you kill, and they try to humanize them. I'm like, dude, these people were slave traders. Like, I don't care that they had a puppy at home. Like, you're well past that point of being able to humanize them. It's so dumb. Those cutscenes are so stupid. Like, just because they have a puppy at home, or in, like, I don't know, fine arts or something, doesn't mean that they're resolved with their actions. Especially when it's something as important as, like, slave trading. It's interesting how they don't want to make a sequel to that game. I may have not liked it that much, but I think it deserves it just because it's clear that that game got screwed over by COVID hard. Even if you really like that game, you can't deny it's painfully obvious. It would be nice for them to get another shot now that things are better. It's not as hard to make a massive game like that. This story is so dumb, like... Dude, them having a puppy at home or whatever does not humanize them at all. They're still abhorrent people. They're subhuman trash. Like, the worst of the worst. It doesn't help that they try to pull that angle on you after you've sat through, like, hours of cutscenes with not even any movement, just straight text. Just text and voice acting for, like, hours. Like, it just doesn't work, man. It does not work. I feel like it had a good start, but that game was just doomed to not really have a good story, just because at the end they got told to release what they had. I mean, the game is well made. It's not a broken game at all. It's well made, but very obviously not finished. Even if they had really nailed the end of that game, it still would have been the same outcome. You would have been told the things that were happening in the story instead of being shown. You wouldn't actually play through it. You still would have been kind of just walking forward and getting stuck in a long cutscene, and then walk forward again, and repeat that for a couple hours. No way to really make that better. I feel bad for the development team. Oh yeah, the turning the whole people soup thing. I was like, I forgot about that as well. Like, dude, you're at that point you're irredeemable. If you're doing stuff like that willingly, like you can't be redeemed at that point. Like, you're literally irredeemable at that point. Like, why is the game trying to make it seem like they can be redeemed? Trying to make you feel bad for them, like. Once you start doing stuff like that, like, you can't come back. There's no chance for redemption. Like, you crossed the line at that point, and the game is trying to make you go back within the last hour. I didn't like Samurai Jack, no. I didn't like that game. Felt really stiff. I refunded it. Felt like bargain bin PS2 jank. Like, not terrible, but there's better stuff to play, so why would I waste time on that? That's kind of how I felt with that game. It's not bad, it's not like offensively bad or anything. It's just better stuff to play. Didn't feel like I really needed to give that one much of a chance. It was alright, I guess. I didn't like how you couldn't cancel out of things. Is that game on sale right now? The thing about Valkyrie for me is that for some reason they're not doing a day one PC port. So by the time that game comes out on PC, it'll already be a dead game content-wise. So if I play it, I wouldn't make any guides or anything. I just play it to play, which isn't inherently a bad thing. It's just I feel like I kind of like mildly interested in that game, but for some reason the port doesn't come out until November. Sucks. Seems decent enough. there is supposed to be content to that game coming in conjunction with the PC port. People would have an advantage over me just because they played it on PS5 or Xbone. I am interested in that game, but wouldn't be for the channel. They just to play it, which is fine. I don't always play stuff just to grow the channel. Sometimes I'm just interested in something, but yeah, legit sucks. I don't know why they're doing that. Like, is the game that poor, the port that bad? They're trying to hide it or something? Like, kind of moving away from like PC ports. Most stuff comes out like right away. Hey, peace out, man. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you later. items. That sucks. Oh well, let's keep going. Let's see what's good here. Could take that, I guess. Get rid of that. Okay, so I need to get a couple more 30-second clears, and then that damage will be maxed. These aren't really the best damage items, but I'll make do with what I've got. I like how the best damage items in this game aren't just... you don't just put them on. You have to, like, play well. Which I think is a better way to do it. Okay, I'll take that. Reset the room. Try to get another good damage item. Otherwise the bosses are gonna take forever. It's not really that good stuff. Back in here, I guess. Right. Not aware if anyone's watching or not, because I don't look at my viewer count anymore, but that's going to be it for tonight. uh, Actually, today streams are going to be a little bit awkward. My neighbors are going to be gone majority of today, so I'll be kitty sitting over there the afternoon. So probably next stream should be a retro stream on the phone. So if that's your thing, stop by for that. If not, I'll be playing modern games probably tonight, most likely. Thanks for watching.